David Eby made big promises on the campaign trail, from new hospital towers, expanded SkyTrain lines, rapid bus service, and investments in schools. But with the looming threat of U.S. tariffs and pressure to dig the province out of its $9 billion fiscal hole, this urban planner says even a meat and potatoes budget would be generous.
I think it was meat and potatoes, like maybe even January, right? But we're trying to protect the plate. And I think folks are very concerned about, having a plate to eat on.
The NDP has already broken its signature election promise, the $1,000 grocery rebate and middle-class tax cut. This economist says healthcare and education are the biggest budget items, areas which the NDP would be wise not to cut.
If anything, we need some reinvestment in healthcare.
The strained healthcare system has led to shuttered emergency rooms in rural communities and a cancer care system so backlogged, patients have been forced to seek care in the U.S. The head of the BC Nurses Union says she wants to see the NDP deliver on its promise to roll out incentives and loan forgiveness to attract nurses.
But we cannot have a strong economy if we don't have an accessible, dependable healthcare system.
New hospital towers in Nanaimo and Langley were also touted by Eby on the campaign trail. On education, the NDP promised mental health counselors in every school and educational assistants in every kindergarten to grade 3 classroom.
I'd be lying if I said that the context that we're living in right now doesn't cause me a bit of concern. But the one context that hasn't changed is the needs of the children that drove those promises.
To address clogged roads, the NDP promised to extend the SkyTrain line from Broadway to UBC, expand rapid bus transit to the North Shore, and extend the West Coast Express rail line to Chilliwack.
I think that the pace of these projects may change as opposed to whether these projects will happen or not.
Many of the promises came without a price tag. This as business leaders urge the NDP to shrink the deficit.
We have to ensure that we're on a path back to balance. And we have to ensure for British Columbians that we're spending responsibly.
As we wait to see if Brenda Bailey can deliver a budget that makes good on the NDP's election promises, one thing is clear. The threat of U.S. tariffs has completely changed BC's fiscal landscape. Katie DeRosa, CBC News, Victoria.